dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? We back on the channel. Got a new Sunny V2, man. And it makes me think by seeing this title. You know what I'm saying? The title is Celebrities Who Gave Up Fame to Work a Normal Job. And I thought about it, I was like, do you ever contemplate going back and wanting to work a normal job? Because you know that life. You experienced that life. I've experienced that life. Way before we got on YouTube, during some people's favorite time of us, while we was on YouTube, we've been on YouTube, we have worked normal jobs. Yeah. Just fortunately, now we don't have to work normal jobs. But we've been there in a real 9-to-5 structured insurance, like getting insurance through the corporation type 9-to-5. Me, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about pushing 60-hour work week when I was at the last one.
Yeah, what was your question?
And then doing, you know what I'm saying, coming home to do YouTube. But do you ever think about like quitting and wanting to go back and get a normal job?
Sometimes. Sometimes I do. This is the thing. I'm definitely not opposed to you. I feel like some people get too deep into this world and they feel like they're too good to go back and get a 9-to-5. Don't ever get to a point where you just like, yes, strive for whatever you're trying to strive for, but like don't ever feel like you too good to, because you never know what happens.
I'll say this. At times I do miss it.
Yeah.
Because I miss being able to go out, be amongst different people, especially my old job. Even though I didn't like it, it wasn't like I hated that job. Yeah. Because honestly, if I fully cared, I would have 100% of sale at that job, and I'd be a 6-figure dude regardless. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that corporation is the corporation that pushes you to become a 6-figure guy. Yeah. If not a 7-figure guy within 5 years. Yeah. So you literally can be working for the company I was working for, start off and grind your way up easy to become a 7-figure guy within 5 years. Most definitely. Right now, if I was still there, I'll be making easy 6 figures easy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the like 300,000-400,000 I could be making right now. Yeah. But I just those, but the hours were too much.
But I'm all about like peace of mind. Yeah. So yeah.
So with that being said, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part, you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
Facts, man. But that is the key point I do enjoy is the peace of mind, the lack of having to do so much. But sometimes I do miss having just working a normal job and not having to deal with the whole social media world. Yeah. Because it gets overwhelming and tiring.
From Charlie Bucket in Willy Wonka to the Shermanator from American Pie. These are celebrities who work normal jobs now, beginning with Hayden Christensen, who gave up his fame as a Hollywood actor to return to the world of manual labor. After appearing in the third Star Wars movie back in 2005, Christensen explained that he felt he hadn't really earned his fame, stating, "I guess I felt like I had this great thing in Star Wars that provided all these opportunities and gave me a career, but it all kind of felt a little too handed to me," also adding that he liked the idea of deliberately sabotaging his fame just so he could start from scratch. "You can't take years off and not have it affect your career," he admitted. "But I don't know, in a weird sort of destructive way, there was something appealing about that to me." For this reason, Christensen decided to purchase a farm just outside of Toronto, Canada, so he could get into the world of agriculture, stating, "I'm trying to figure it out, it's all new to me, but I would eventually like it to be a fully operational farm with livestock and different crops. I've got a tractor and an excavator, and I'm learning to use all the construction equipment. Right now there's an apple orchard that I want to extend, and I've started a small vegetable garden, and I want to turn a hayfield into lavender," which also led to his own line of country clothing through a company called RW&Co. Christensen has since been spotted at numerous farmers markets and maintains that the farm is going well.
How's things going, man? How's the farm? Good. Farm's good.
However, while Hayden Christensen is still kind of working for himself, Stephen Anthony Lawrence has since found a different type of employment since he played.
See, I know this guy. The first guy I was kind of like, I couldn't remember who he was. But this guy, Beans from Even Stevens. You remember Beans?
Yeah, I remember him. I remember the first guy too, but yeah, I remember
What you remember the first guy from, for real?
I mean, I've seen his face before. Okay. Not that I just like know him, like that's just his face.
I thought maybe you were like, you know, he was in that like this. I was like, oh, I thought you were gonna say it like this.
In Even Stevens. After the show came to an end in 2003, Lawrence struggled to land any further teen roles as he went bald only 1 year later at the age of 14, stating in a Vice interview, "I mean, it sucks, but you come to terms with it." During the same interview, Lawrence explained that both of his parents were then diagnosed with cancer, making it even more difficult for him to return to acting, having stated, "You're being a caregiver, you've got to be there to change diapers, and you can't do that when you're on auditions. That's physically impossible, it just wouldn't work." After both of his parents tragically passed away, Lawrence returned to the workforce as a part-time actor alongside another interesting job, Santa's little helper at the Sun Valley Shopping Center. Fans have been flocking to the mall to get their own selfie with Beans, and he seems to be having a good time with it. If Instagram captions are to be believed, he's making dreams come true, which is certainly more than that mall Santa can say. Beans explained in the Vice interview that he took the role to honor his father, stating, "Dad was really into Christmas. He was a big Clark Griswold guy. So this was kind of my way to feel close to him during the holidays and do something cool for people." However, it was Danny Lloyd.
That is sad, dog.
That's just...
I never, like, Beans was a good character, bro, or even Stevens. Some people's favorite character when it comes down to it. Because it was like the annoying little motherfucking neighbor that was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but, damn. And then his whole story is like damn. Especially
losing both of your parents.
And then you've been forced out the workforce because of something you can't control with the male pattern baldness. And it's just like, damn, bro. Like, especially at such a young age. Right. After doing such an iconic role like you did. And because technically it's supposed to be up from there. Yeah. Not like, damn, what happened to you?
Like, okay, all of this is out of my control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Shining, who decided that the world of media just wasn't for him. Apart from 2 other minor appearances, The Shining became Danny's only major role on the big screen, and considering he was only 6 years old at the time, he'd returned to school like any other person. I'm glad I was in The Shining. It just wasn't something that panned out, and I decided to go back to being a regular kid in school. I worked at the local Walmart. I also worked on a hog farm driving a tractor and working with the hogs. A Hollywood life probably wouldn't have been for me anyway. In a different interview, Danny explained that he used these farm jobs to pay his way through university, which ultimately led to the full-time job he works now, biology teaching at a high school. Lloyd learned fast that being the kid from The Shining was not a fact he needed to share with pupils looking for chinks in his authority. It was disruptive in class, so that's when I began to really play it down. Were the kids waggling their fingers hissing red rum? He laughs good-naturedly, yes, very occasionally, but enough for me to know I had to downplay it. As a teacher, you're supposed to be in control, which has got to be an outlook shared by Carrie Henn, who also ditched Hollywood to work in.
I just remember his face at one point. Yeah. Because he only did that one major role. He was gone. So I'm surprised people even remember him as an actor. Bro, I was a child. Right. Child at that. Like, not even a teen. Child. Come on now.
6.
In control, which has got to be an outlook shared by Carrie Henn, who also ditched Hollywood to work in education. After playing the character Newt in the 1986 classic Aliens, Henn decided not to pursue full-time acting and instead continued with her schooling. For this reason, she fell out of the public spotlight for over 30 years, returning in a 2016 Comic-Con interview with Kevin James to state that she'd rather found traditional employment.
I always wanted to be a teacher, so I went to school to be a teacher.
Tell them what you do.
I teach 4th grade.
Yet it was Vanilla Ice whose career change was significantly more surprising. He found massive success in 1990 with the now infamous song Ice Ice Baby, yet his music career had almost no longevity, with many considering Vanilla Ice to be a one-hit wonder. With his music career in the dumps, Vanilla Ice tried his hand at motocross racing and even professional jet skiing, which worked reasonably well given he peaked as the world's #6 ranked sit-down jet ski racer, competing nearly every weekend and earning a Kawasaki sponsorship. At the same time, Vanilla Ice began to go down a dark path of drug addiction, leading to his disappearance from the spotlight. However, in 2010, the name would reappear in a show about houses called the Vanilla Ice Project. He'd become a renovator. The show ran for over 9 years, displaying countless different construction projects, yet this wasn't the only normal job that Vanilla Ice wound up doing. In 2013, an article was published to the website Joe reading, "He's transformed himself from rapper to lighting salesman. We guess when the lights go out on a rapping career, you have to find a way to turn them on again. But by selling lights and lighting designs, really? Mr. Ice currently works for Capital Lighting in Florida and has designed what he calls Vanilla Ice Lighting, a line of chandeliers and wall sconces. Check out this advert for lighting starring Ice himself. And yes, he actually says lights, lights, baby. However, it was Peter Ostrum from...
Damn. But I swear I thought I'd seen Vanilla Ice in like multiple like reality TV shows and series and stuff like that. Like now lately I haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah.
But I guess because, and that's what people fail to realize, everybody's be tracing these like quick, get rich, I want to be a rapper, like, and then I'm gonna be set for life, and they chasing like here or chasing quick popularity. You know, you got the rest of your life after that. Right. Like, a lot of people are not chasing to build and establish something and create a brand that can last long
and
time.
if rapping is just all it is, or just it's just that one main thing.
Well, hold on. It depends though. Cause think about it though. Dude, I like beat but bro makes money.
But what
But he also owns everything.
I was about to say that's another story for
he owns his own masters.
That's different.
And he licensed that joint out.
That's
he
totally
would let you sample that joint. But you have to be able to monetize that.
That's different.
A lot of rappers don't even use traditional beats. They make themselves. They always sampling something. They can't just so they're having a lot of them don't own that record themselves. So many people making money off of it.
Off of that, yes.
But dude makes money. Sugar Babies, dude, bruh, that motherfucker.
And that's different though.
But he figured out how to monetize his brand and
Baby got back,
bruh.
Wonka, who decided that instead of living in a chocolate factory, he'd rather look after animals. Shortly after appearing in the film, the Ostrum family purchased a horse, sparking what would become a lifelong interest in farm animals. After finishing high school, Ostrum worked in an equestrian center in Pennsylvania, which was followed by his college graduation with a veterinary degree, having been inspired by the vet who looked after the family horse. I can remember the veterinarian coming out and taking care of the horses, and it made a huge impression on me. This person really enjoyed what he did for a living. My father was a lawyer and I really didn't have a clue what he did all day, but I knew exactly what the veterinarian did. Someone making a living from something he enjoyed so much really sparked my interest. Ostrum was so entrenched in the idea of becoming a vet that he never returned to Hollywood. His one and only acting role, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, having stated, acting was fine but I wanted something more steady, and the key is to find something that you love doing, and that's what my profession has given me. Although he's not the only celebrity on this list to dedicate his life to the medical field, as Jennifer Stone from The Wizards of Waverly.
You remember her?
Bro, I used to watch Wizards of Waverly Place though. Don't one of my joys though. Don't one of my joys.
Anyway.
But damn, Charlie for the.
And that's what's up.
Cause I've watched that. I watched Willy Wonka a couple times, and it never have you watched shows and stuff, and the people who will play like those young roles. Like, to be honest, to me, I never think, where are these people at now? Yeah. Because some eventually turn into other actors and down the line. Some even go down the road of doing, like, just guest spotlights and stuff. Just because they might act when they're young, a lot of times it's not what they want to do. Right. It's something their parents push them into. And they like, hey, as a child, I have to do this. Yeah. It's been even singers who have came out and said, hey, when I was young, it was something like I might have been a decent singer, but my parents pushed me into that. Yeah. And that was my parents' dream. That wasn't necessarily my dream. And so they go away from the music industry, and we like, hey, what happened to you? You fell off? You fall for great?
I mean, never just pursuing. They're just pursuing what I wanted to do, what my heart desired.
And because when I first came across this, the person I thought about was the guy from the Hustables. What's Bill Cosby show?
The Cosby?
The Cosby Show. The guy that married the older daughter. Remember they spotted him working at the store?
Oh, yeah.
What's that, Trader Joe's?
Yeah, Trader Joe's.
He was working at Trader Joe's, working a normal life, trying to live, working a normal job, trying to live a normal life. Yeah. And people figured out, and he had to be like, hey, I gotta go because too much publicity.
Right. And I think he's gotten back like into
because that's everybody don't want to do. Yeah, he got back into acting, but I thought I had saw at one point he was trying to go back to do because that's actually what made him happy. Yeah. It's just living a normal life.
Living a normal life.
Everybody don't want to be a celebrity.
Place followed a similar pathway. Only 1 year after the show came to an end in 2012, Stone was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, with her experience in the hospital inspiring her to join the medical field.
I wanted to make sure that nobody ever had to experience that when they were going through uncertainty. I know it's a drop in the bucket, but it was something I could do.
While maintaining minor acting roles on the side, Stone began to volunteer at a Burbank medical center, and by 2019 she'd become a fully qualified nurse, stating, "I just see so much more of humanity than I ever saw before nursing. I've seen parts of humanity that I don't know if I would have ever seen without it. It's a beautiful thing and it's heartbreaking, and it's a great reminder to be thankful for the things that you do have." Since becoming a registered nurse, it seems Jennifer Stone has pretty much retired from acting. However, this hasn't stopped her from being recognized by some of her patients.
And I had a lot of patients that are like, "Why are you here? Like, what are you doing being a nurse?"
But whatever happened to the Shermanator?
That is so the Shermanator.
You remember him?
Yes, I do, bro. But damn, that is so fucking crazy, bro. Like, and that can be at a blink of an eye. Somebody you can see online, especially nowadays. It's not even just about being a TV person, TV actress, or an actor or actress, or trying to be a TV star or movie star. Yeah. Now you have people who are chasing these, being an influencer. I think that can be so much pressure built up where people will start leaving and just say, "Hey, I just want to go to the," because there's nothing like having your own peace of mind. Yeah. Being able, and that's one reason why, like we used to always say, "Hey, we don't want to vlog. We don't want to go into that content. Like we just want to be able to see here, do something we enjoy doing, still talking to y'all, enjoy what we do, but also have that peace of mind." Because some people get so caught up in trying to chase the numbers and the popularity. It's like, we don't chase numbers.
Or to like look a certain way or live for, because you have to like this image that everyone is like.
Man, we can be your next door neighbors, bro. Like, to be real, we just like having a normal life. Yeah. Like, even though we do something that the normal average person don't do, we still enjoy being just the norm. Like, we go out in public, like, I've been recognized probably once. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I like to be able to be like, hey, you know, just enjoy the freedom. I don't want people, "Oh, who are you? Yeah. Like, I don't, like, it can get overwhelming to the point where you just like, "Hey, F this, I'm going back to the job." Yeah. And then people laugh at you like you fell off. And
that's very weird. But
no, I'm just doing something I enjoy.
Yeah. People are weird.
American Pie. Well, according to IMDb, real name Chris Owen continued to land role after role following the iconic performance, yet on the 28th of September 2012, a post was made to Reddit reading, "At a sushi restaurant in Santa Monica, the Shermanator was my waiter." Approximately 1 year later, additional photos were sent to the Radar website, with the sender stating it was kind of funny watching the Shermanator serve at a sushi restaurant. It was also sort of sad to see how quickly and easily an actor can fall from fame. No one in the restaurant even seemed to recognize him. When interviewed by the Daily News 3 years later, Owen stated, "Life doesn't always go the way you planned. I love acting and this job lets me stay in the fight. I get recognized a lot," he says. "I walk up to the table and see the look in their eyes. People get excited and it feels good. I like connecting with people for that brief moment in time," although in December 2018, it seemed Chris Owen recognized that he'd need a long-term career path, as he'd make a post to his Instagram stating that he joined a property company called Compass, with his following post showing that he'd become a real estate agent. But while Chris Owen took these positions out of necessity, it was Susan Boyle who got it.
But you want me to tell you what's so crazy? Compass is an established real estate company. I've seen them around several times. Like, people fail to realize that can be a new spark in his career that makes him millions. For one, he's already famous. He already has a recognizable face. Right. Then people find out, "Oh, you're my real estate agent?" Right. And if he gets good at it, bro, and become a broker, oh my God. Yeah. Let the money rain in. Because real estate is going to be something that's going to be here forever. Yeah. It's a company business. Now, I will say, making a career out of being a waiter it's it's hard to have a career as a waiter if you're not trying to move up in the company.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been there, done that. I ain't gonna hold you. I miss being a waiter.
Yeah.
I had fun interacting with my customers. Like, it's a drive. You know what I'm saying? It's a hustle mentality. So I get where he coming from because, you know what I'm saying, you working to do something. So instead of being, hey, I'm famous, give me a role. I've been acting in this.
Right.
Then y'all be like, why you begging? So people weird.
A job just so she could return to being a normal person. Despite having a net worth of over $40 million, Susan has often been commended for living an extremely humble life, having raised over £42 million for charity.
You know her?
I know her face.
Do I supposed to know her?
I'm
sorry, because I'm like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you don't like watch certain things, like she was on America's Got Talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
For living an extremely humble life, having raised over £42 million for charity whilst continuing to live in her childhood home. However, Susan Boyle's desire for normality was best highlighted in an article from June 2014 titled "Millionaire Susan Boyle Applies for a £6 an Hour Cashier Job in Her Local Bookmakers," with the article reading, "The 52-year-old singer is reported to have applied for a minimum wage £6 an hour cashier's job after spotting a job advert in the window of her local bookmaker Ladbrokes. Upon reading the advert on Thursday afternoon, Susan entered the premises and spent around 5 minutes talking to the shop's deputy manager David Kaur, 28, about the role. Susan Boyle walked into the shop and inquired about the job advertised in our window. We were all in shock. Obviously she doesn't need the money, so I think she saw it as a way of getting her out of her house and taking her mind off things, with the article also implying that it'd be a good way for her to reintegrate with the local community. Interestingly, it seems Boyle didn't end up getting the job. However, Kevin Jonas was a little more lucky. When the Jonas Brothers took a hiatus back in 2013, two of the brothers pursued their own solo projects, yet the third brother, Kevin, decided to leave music altogether and walk a slightly different path. He dived into the world of construction, creating a property development business called Jonas Werner, and would also become the co-CEO of a social media business called the Blue Market Company. But while you could still consider this far from a normal job, it's time to talk about Nikki Blonsky.
I remember he did. I'm like, baby.
He like, fuck all that performing and having to go here. Where the money at?
That's
construction.
That's
money.
That's what's up.
Especially,
I'm pretty sure, and you enjoy doing those things, just being out in the field, doing what you are
what you
good at or what you want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and I remember her too.
Yeah.
Who's perhaps one of the greatest examples of giving up fame to go back to a regular life. Blonsky's first ever acting role was in Hairspray the movie, so it was kind of funny that only 4 years later, she'd get her cosmetology license before landing a job as a hairstylist in her hometown. Superstar is happy to announce our newest employee, our cosmetologist Nikki Blonsky from Hairspray, which was followed by a tweet to Nikki Blonsky's Twitter confirming her new part-time position. It's true I'm working at Superstar Salon as a makeup artist, and I'm proud to be working and helping pay bills, but I'll never lose sight of my dreams. Just because I'm part-time working doesn't mean I'm gonna give up on my dreams, and don't give up on yours. I might book something big soon, keep positive, and apparently she made the right decision by doing this, given the customer feedback. I was so surprised today when I showed up at Superstar to get my makeup done and it turned out to be Nikki Blonsky applying it. She did a great job and I really look like a superstar.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's what's up.
Everybody ain't trying to do all this, bro.
And you know something? Whatever you do, yeah, of course, because people are money is not everything, But my biggest thing is if you're happy doing whatever it is that you're doing, like, don't let people put pressure on you that they feel like, we know you from this, so you should only be doing that.
Facts.
Like, as long as you're happy in whatever you're doing and you have peace in whatever you're doing, I feel like that's all that's all that matters. Like, of course, like, whatever you're going to be doing is going to bring in money. Yeah, of course, we all want more money and we want to be successful and whatever. But at the same time, my peace is so much more important than anything else. So,
cause that's what people don't like. Even though I ain't gonna say I hated the job I did, but it wasn't like the career I expected for myself.
Yeah.
But like, I have good customer service skills.
Facts.
Like no matter what, wherever I worked at,
Man.
every job would say, he's the person I want when they're dealing with my customers.
Yeah.
He's the first, like, my last job, our customer service was low before I got there.
Yeah.
And when I was there, it went up.
Yeah.
As soon as I came in, and I don't care if the customer is angry or what, I'll be like, hey, don't worry about it, bro. I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
And I'll go talk to him, and literally, if the person if you can find some type of common ground, some reasonable point, get there, execute it, and I swear they're gonna love you.
Yeah.
Most people who you can't find a common ground with is not you. It's 100% them. And sometimes you just gotta realize that and back down when you can. Yeah. But me, like, even when I used to work at call centers, hey, I'll take the escalation, bro. Yeah. It ain't that damn serious, bro. Folks, like, I done got cussed out, I done got called all type of name under the sun. That's the reason why when folks say shit online, it really don't bother me. I just be wanting to see you face to face and see if you will say that same shit to my face. Yeah. But for the most part, it doesn't bother me, bro. After you done worked at a call center dealing with angry customers day in, day out about something, you just like, hey, bro, whatever y'all say, it really don't matter, bro. Like, long as you don't touch me, bro, I've been on a job
after so many years, you just built this tough skin.
Yeah, I've been on a job where, bro, we can throw the fist. Yeah. And y'all little smart Ellie Cummings do not ruin a day. It might ruin a moment because you never know. Sometimes when we see shit, we already be going through shit. So we be like, all right, I'm finna pop off. Yeah. And then one of us got to talk each other out the ledge. Yeah. And we'd be like, all right. But hey, shout out to all.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, you go.
No, you said shout out to.
No, go.
No, I'm not going to forget. You said shout out
to. No, go. Because I ain't gonna forget at all.
No, but anyway, I was just going to say, like, in this case, though, I just hate when people make people feel bad or people feel like, oh, you fell off, or oh, you're nobody anymore because you're not doing, or because they're not doing
what y'all expect
what you expect them to do, or what you were introduced to them, with or by doing. And I'm just like, but they out here still doing the damn thing,
and being
still got businesses, like being successful owners of whatever it is that they're doing, and I feel like that's all that matters.
But no, I was just gonna say, shout out to all these celebrities for chasing happiness. Most and chasing definitely. What you want in life instead of what people perceive that you should have in life. So shout out to them for following their dreams and not yours. So with that being said, but as always, I do go with the name DJ Kid. This is
Sierra Coast.
We are.
Yeah,
y'all.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar.